Today we're taking a break from the body assembly. We're back down here to Accelerator Machine with Pat, and today's something I'm really excited about. We're going to put together the engine for Project 55. So in case you missed the details before, what we're actually putting inside this engine, we're going with the 306. We're using DSS pistons, Scat forged crank and rods, Ford Performance's new X2 cylinder head, Cometic gaskets, and holding it all together with ARP hardware. All right, so over at the table, where do we even start with this assembly?
Well, there's a lot of things that have been done off camera already. The crankshaft's been balanced, the block's been final prepped, the rings have been end gapped. So basically we're going to start with the final assembly by putting the rods, pistons, rings together, and then we're going to stuff the short block together. This is just an assembly lube, just to kind of keep everything lubed up until oil actually gets up there when the motor is running. Just making sure I get these indexed the right way. And I'm just making sure those clips are seated properly. These are double locks, so I have to stack two on each side.
All right, so the rods and pistons are together. Now let's talk about the rings. And this is a file fit ring set. Explain what that means to people watching the assembly here.
When the ring goes in the block, you have what's called an end gap, and that's what this is here. Now, when it goes in the block, it's a lot tighter. When you buy a file fit ring, the ring is made a little bit larger, so when you first try to put it in block, there may not be any end gap whatsoever.
Okay.
So you then file fit the ends of the rings to achieve the appropriate gap. The gap, there's a lot of variances there depending on the application the engine is going to be used for, the material that the ring's made of.
So for a build like this, where would we want that gap set at?
Being that you're running mild boost, will probably be about 21 on the top ring and 23 on the second.
That's thousands, I'm
Yep.
assuming. Okay. Now in this case with the gap, you said 21 to 23, and I'm assuming all that was done already when you set these up, getting ready to go on the engine. Okay, so there's no filing that has to be done, they're pretty much ready to go.
Yep.
Pat, what's that first ring you just put on there do?
That's the oil expander or oil control ring.
Just basically keeps oil in the piston?
Yep. And now that all the rings are on, we're going to put the bearings in the block and install the crank.
The crank we're going with is a Scat 4340 forged crank. So really, really heavy duty, high quality crank. Went with a stock stroke. I wasn't looking for a stroke or anything crazy. Just a nice, solid, small block. All right, so our Scat crank's in. What's next?
We're going to put the main caps in, but first we're going to start by putting a little dab of silicone here in the back to prevent any leaks when we're all done.
Now obviously the front one is specific. Are all of them specific or are the other ones interchangeable?
No, they all have to go back in the original place they came off of. Ford is nice enough to number them from the factory. But if you're happening to work on a block that doesn't have numbers on it, make sure you do it before you pull them off. And now we're going to torque the main caps to 70 pounds using engine oil in about 3 steps. We have all the caps snugged up, and we left the thrust bearing slightly loose. So we're going to put a dial indicator on the crankshaft, square up the thrust from the backside, and then check our end play on the crankshaft. Basically, I shifted the rear cap back, if you didn't catch that, and then drove the crank ahead so that we now know it's square. Now I'm just going to run back over all the bolts and just verify the torque.
And what were you doing before? You were just checking the spacing between how much it could rotate back or go back and forth?
Crankshaft end play, you don't want it tight. It's supposed to float just a little bit. A few thousandths.
All right, so our scat crank's installed. What's next? Rods, pistons?
Yep, we're gonna flip it upright and start putting the pistons in. This is a tapered ring compressor. It's kind of like a funnel that helps the rings slide right into the block.
Any other prep work, oil, moly lube, assembly lube, anything else has to go together on this first?
Yeah, the rings I have oiled up, as well as the skirts of the pistons, and there's assembly lube on the bearings.
That's easy. That's a neat little toy.
And it might go without saying, but you want to make sure that the valve release are oriented properly, as well as the connecting rod. And you want the crankshaft in the bottom dead center position so that you have more room to shove the piston in the hole.
All right, so now we're going to torque the rod bolts to spec. And again, you want to check with your manufacturer on the correct torque spec. Ours is 63 foot-pound. All right, we flipped the strip block over. Now we're going to put our Ford Performance heads on. We decided to go with the Cometic gaskets. I've used these before on blower cars in the past. I've always had great results. Really, really high quality gasket. It'll be perfect for the boost and heads that we're running. And again, for the cylinder head, we're going with the new Ford Performance Aluminum X2 Street Cruiser. And this is going to fit your 289, 302, or 351 Windsor. This will be an excellent head for boost. It also works with stock valve train components, so you don't necessarily have to upgrade rockers if you didn't want to. In our case, we are going to. These have a 188cc volume, 64cc chamber, and the valves are 194, 154, which again, this will work perfectly with our combination. And then Ford Performance offers a specific set of head bolts that they recommend using with these heads. The other nice thing about these heads versus going to stock ones is they're aluminum, so they're a lot lighter.
And then just torque the spec.
When you're torquing a head like this, it is a three-step process too. There's going to be 3 different torques. You want to torque all the bolts, the first stage, and then the second, and then finally the third. While he's doing that, we're going to start preparing the lifters here. Basically just let them sit in some oil. All right, with help from DSS, SCAT, Ford Performance, and ARP, along with Pat here from Accelerator Machine, our long block is assembled. Next time out, we'll finish assembling the engine.